Yeah, this is true. Millionaire migration. Here, look. I got a chart for this in my notes. How about that? China lost the most number of millionaires in 2024. There's fear there for the very rich, right? Because of the crackdowns on business that Xi Jinping is saying. And also just because that, like, there's not good spots in China right now to invest your money. Even the things they're crushing on, like electric vehicles, solar panels, battery manufacturing, all things that China is leading on, there's so much competition, there's no margin. Like BYD is selling the most EVs, but they sell them at such a low cost. There's almost no money in it. The UK as well. The UK, not good. Bro, it's so funny. I've been talking about the UK being in a bad spot for a while. But I feel like it just kind of hit because I have seen like 8 different videos on YouTube, all with 1 million views recently, all being like the UK is It feels like everybody started making videos at the exact same time. I don't know if you guys are seeing this and recommended. It's like everybody is making this same video. It's the UK, it's terrible to live in, it's awful, it's bad, it's which is just funny. The topic all hit at the same time. Yeah, UK crashing in 30 days. They're doing the China collapse on the UK. The UK will collapse in 36 days. Yeah, it's crazy. I live in Vancouver. It's crazy here. Oh, yeah, I made this America focused, but I do want to mention the Canadians. Everything I said about this is true for Canada as well, and is a big reason why you might see like insane, sight unseen Chinese bids of Canadian real estate. They get the money out of China and they will buy anything to have their money out of the country. But it's a global thing. I mean, it's the sophistication of it is crazy because there's never been such a good money laundering system that is like trust-based, where you don't have to actually physically move the money between borders. They just have a supply of pesos in Mexico, they have a supply of dollars in America, they have a supply of RMB in China, and they can give it to the right people without ever having, it's tough to stop. It's borderless. So what caused Americans to stop using fentanyl exponentially? Honestly, this is my opinion. I could do deeper research on this. My understanding is that there is a crisis of despair in America that people are filling with drugs, no matter what it is. And the crackdown on opioids led to them going to fentanyl, the next thing. Now, fentanyl is not only cheaper, it is like 50 times more effective than morphine. It is incredibly deadly and incredibly dangerous. You can overdose on a single use of fentanyl. It is a never, it is a not once. Please don't. Like I can tell you just please don't. It's extremely addictive, extremely deadly. So that's the problem is people in despair are turning to whatever the most available drug is, and we're getting flooded with fentanyl. That's my like high level view of it. There's a lot of nuance that I'm sure that you could look more in. Yeah, it is a follow-up from the opioid pushing by the Sackler family. Now that's been cracked down on. Hey, Big A, just finished my master's and I was wondering what you look for when interviewing candidates at NVIDIA. Your master's in marketing? Like you get your MBA? Candidates in NVIDIA, there's a wide range of interview skills required, especially if you're applying for an engineering job, and I would not be able to help you with those really. Especially right now when it's like the most valuable company in the world, everybody wants to work there. An engineering interview at NVIDIA is rigorous, bro. The people there were brilliant. I've told this story a couple times, but a very brief retelling is that on my first day, we had to do like a icebreaker thing. You know, we were all in this room and we were in like the class of new hires. We had to do intros. We had to tell something about ourselves. And I went first and I was like, hey guys, happy to be working here at NVIDIA. My name is Brandon. One of my fun facts about myself is that, you know, I've done some cool esports projects or what, you know, like I used to work at Twitch and ran some tournaments or, you know, whatever. It was something like that. And everyone's like, okay, hi, welcome to the company. And then the guy next to me was like a, you know, 52-year-old Asian guy. And he goes, hello, I don't want to say his name. My fun fact is that I got like a triple PhD in physics, chemistry, and computer science. And I was working on a breakthrough technology in the fucking some advanced space. And then Jensen himself, the CEO, reached out and personally asked me to work here. And I was like, cool. He was right after me. It was a problem. And I was like, yeah, all right. Sick, dude. What rank was he in League? And then he said, and also I was rank 14 North America in League and personally played with Faker. No, he was a Giga Chad. Anyway, so I got mogged before mocking even existed. And you know, that was one of those companies where you walk around, you see some people working on a robot or working on, I remember I saw early one of the first, you know how like there's all sorts of AI shit nowadays, but like I remember they had a thing set up around somebody's desk. It was like a touch screen. You could draw in paint and then the monitor next to it would turn what you drew into beautiful art. It was crazy. It was like, I was like drawing a tree and then it would turn it into like a beautiful, it was really interesting. And that was like a while ago. There were some stories I didn't include that we could talk about. One of the interesting ones, football related, one of the board of directors of NVIDIA is the former chief marketing officer of the NFL. And she came by the office back when I was working there to teach us about marketing. Like Jensen asked her specifically to come in and be like, hey, share some of your knowledge. You're the CMO of the NFL, share some of your knowledge. And one of the things she said that stuck with me was that when they were doing marketing for the NFL, they realized that young people were not playing football. They weren't watching football. It was a problem. Except for one group of young people, and that is people that played Madden. Madden was the #1 driver of new football fans under 45. If you are under 45 and didn't play Madden, you just didn't care about football. You pieced out of it. It's like it's the great driver. And so what is interesting is that other sports are starting to realize these same problems, whether it's golf or tennis. They're realizing, hey, young people don't like our sport as much as they used to. They're just not naturally getting into it. And so tennis is making a big push into video gaming. Don't be surprised to see a lot of ads, a lot of promos, a lot of tie-ins around tennis video games because they are trying to turn it into a thing where young people are playing tennis games to get into tennis. I think that's very fascinating to me. All of the different ways that like Gen Z and Gen Alpha are changing the paradigm of way things used to be and how companies are reacting. It's very funny to me. So this is one of them that I didn't include. Just make an anime. That's honestly not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Tennis video games sound so ass. Bro, don't speak ill of Mario Tennis for the N64, one of the greatest games of all time. Don't speak ill of that. Big A, I hope you're doing well. Have you seen the new EWC trophy system? This is the European Esports World Cup.
Tournament, and we'll have a very unique
We'll have a unique trophy system
consisting of keys, game trophies, the club championship trophy, and the totem. Introducing the key. This symbolizes a participant's right to compete in Riyadh. Each team or player will receive a personalized key consisting of the inner key and the outer frame. Winning a competition,
some Tomb Raider shit. What?
A champion's key will be inserted inside. The frame will be placed into the totem. A physical block on display in Riyadh, serving as a progress bar of the Esports World Cup. The totem will remain in Riyadh as a chronicle of the Esports World Cup history. Those who get eliminated throughout the competition must give up their keys and see them crushed. Their broken keys will be tossed into the totem and encased in resin, symbolizing those that tried to win but fell short. However, as an additional privilege for winning, each game's champion gets to select 3 opponents' keys to be encased in the base of their trophy as an additional, more personal.
This is so complicated. But it is kind of funny that you could beat somebody and then take their key, then have it smashed, then have it encased in resin in your own trophy. That is kind of cool.
Losers will go home with their keys replaced with a token that marks where they ended their journey.
The trophy guy who was in charge of this had a field day. Bro had an bro took that mission and ran with it. They just said, get trophies for the event. And he said, no, I'm going to create a whole new trophy system. I'm going to turn the world of trophies on its head. That's wild. It seems like so much to mean so little, but imagine Faker taking all Chinese team keys. Yeah, I mean, this is a World Cup. There could be problems. Dude, what if how Korea and Japan have problems? Like, what if there's like a nationalist, they just start taking the keys of people from a certain country and then it starts a problem, dude. It's so targeted.